Hi and welcome to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing a comparison / review on the Linksys Atlas Pro AX5300 and I'll be also comparing it to my previous Wi-Fi router that I used, mesh system, which was the Google Nest. Off the bat, I had Google Nest for about a year and a half before I got the Atlas Pro. This past winter, I got the Atlas Pro during Black Friday sale, so it was a huge discount, and I got it because although the Google Nest, honestly, prior to getting this Atlas Pro, the Google Nest was the best Wi-Fi router and mesh system that I ever used. I've tried a few, I've bought and returned before I was finally satisfied. Prior to the Google Nest, I had a Linksys Nighthawk, just a regular Wi-Fi router. It did the job. It did pretty good, but compared to when I hooked up the Google Nest, I was floored at the difference. Right off the bat, the Google Nest router was getting me, 400 megabytes down. Which with the Linksys Nighthawk, I was lucky to get high twos, no matter how many times I tested it. And to get that off the Google Nest right away. And it stayed consistent. Every time I would test the speed periodically throughout the last year and a half, I would test the download speeds on the router, not the mesh, units, but on the router that was directly plugged in. I always got over 400 down. But then recently I started getting dropouts a lot with the mesh system. I would have to unplug them and plug them back in to get them to reconnect, and it was really getting aggravating and annoying because it started to happen more and more frequent, to the point where it was probably happening 4 times a week, and that's not an exaggeration. And it would be a simple unplug of the mesh unit, plug it back in, and it would be back up and running, and it would run well, and I was very satisfied with it, other than that dropouts. Now, the Google Nest system is not Wi-Fi 6. The Atlas Pro is Wi-Fi 6. So keep that in mind when I go over the speed comparisons, because, I measured on a few devices, but the speed I'm going to go with, was the phone, because that's the easiest to move around. And I also took measurements with the laptop, the iPad, hard connected, and I'm not going to go over every number. I'm just going to go over the ones, because they were pretty consistent, the differences. So I'm just going to go over the ones, and I'll put the screenshots up to show you of the measurements that I took with my phone, and I took them at the same time under the same conditions. Like, they were like a minute apart, probably not even. So with the Google Linksys, I did a measurement, and I got my numbers down here, so that's why I'm looking down. So in my living room, which is my main space, which there was a Google Nest mesh unit, and then I put the Linksys mesh unit, same spot, just would unplug and switch the network. So like I said, they're just minutes apart. With the Google Nest, when I measured it, I got 254 up, or 254 down, and 18 up. With the Linksys Atlas Pro, which is the AX5300 version, in case I didn't mention it at the top of the video, I got 478 down and 222.5 up. So that's a huge difference, over 200 down difference from 254 to 478. And I measured in the exact same spot, same device. Granted, the phone was on Wi-Fi 6, but I did it even with the Mac. And no matter which devices I used, the difference was about the same. So then I went into my den, which is the furthest away from any mesh unit. So generally we were getting some of the lowest numbers there. And in there with the Google Nest, I got 113 down, 489 up. With the Atlas, again, the Atlas units are in the same spot, And I do have to mention the Atlas comes with 3 units total. The Nest comes with 2, but I did buy an extra Nest router, which is even better than the regular default mesh unit. So I had 2 Nest routers and 1 Wi-Fi point. And so it's a good comparison with the Linksys, which does come with 3, which all can be routers, which is great. You could hardwire something to the mesh unit if you want. But so they're in the same spots in the house. So like I said, in the den, I got 113 down and 489 up. With the Atlas hooked up, I got 427 down and 23.5 up. So that is over a 300 down difference. And it even makes it almost 200 more than the highest reading I ever got on Nest in the living room. And this is in the what was almost like a dead zone. Like I said, 137 or 113 was the highest I ever got previously. So 113 to 427, massive difference. And then even the upload, 489 to 23.5. Then I went into my bedroom, and on the Nest we got 137 down speed, 17.6 up. With the Atlas in that room, I got 471, so just slightly under what I got in the living room, and 22. Yeah, so in the bedroom, I got 137 to 471 on the Linksys. Then I did a measurement with a lot of devices running, because I would notice sometimes it would go down if we had a lot of things running. So putting a lot of stress on the network. With the Nest, with that stress, I got 17.9. Yes, 17.9 download, 2.14 upload. With the Atlas, same conditions, everything the same running, I got 395 down. So again, much, much higher than the highest I've ever gotten with the Nest.
Wow. Oh my God. Wow.
And I got 22.7 up. So overall, a massive difference. Setup was about the same. That's the only thing plus I would give to the Google Nest. Setup was slightly easier, but they're pretty much exactly the same. Just I had less problems setting up the Nest than I did the Linksys. So overall, Linksys Atlas Pro wins hands down. It's the best router I've ever owned. I know there's more out there. Eventually I'll probably review those for comparison, but for my money, it's a huge difference, and the Atlas Pro wins, not even close. It's definitely worth the price. Now I got it for a great discount on Black Friday, but honestly, I would say it's worth the full retail price. You know, I would have to compare it to others that are in that price category. But from my experience, it's definitely worth it. All right, that's it. Please like the video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I always try to respond to all. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel for more tech reviews, film reviews, and Tesla. All right, thanks. Bye.